All right, welcome in. It's a Friday's edition of Corbet's Corner. We got Matthew Cruz, and of course, I'm Dylan Corbett, and welcoming back Tyler Dalsin. So we're excited. We got the three-man crew here. Short and sweet Friday podcast. We're not going to be doing one tomorrow, so enjoy your Saturday football slate. We'll be posting some picks here. We got three games, three big games. The SEC football is back. So we're excited, and we'll be posting these picks, and then we'll come back on Sunday and get you an NFL pod before kickoff as well. So let's start. We've got Ty, we've got Matt, and I'll start here with the first game. Let's go with the SEC. We'll go with the defending champs, right? So they are in, I believe they're at home, right? They're taking on Mississippi State. That line originally opened up at LSU as a minus 19-point favorite. They've lost a lot, not just Jamar Chase, who's opted out. They had a star defensive tackle who opted out as well. Of course, they sent 15 players to the NFL draft, highlighted by Joe Burrow going number 1 overall. This new guy, Miles Brennan, he's a 4-year junior, so a redshirt junior. Don't really know much about him. Is Orgeron a good coach, or was he riding on Joe Burrow's coattails and obviously having an NFL-laden team? So I'm going to go with some sharp action on this one. This opened up at minus 19. It is now at 16.5, but still everyone's hammering LSU. What does that mean? It means sharp money is on Mississippi State. Don't feel confident about it, but remember, here's two things. Mike Leach is the new head coach at Mississippi State. I like Mike Leach, and he's got KJ Costello. He is a graduate transfer quarterback from Stanford. So I'll take a guy with experience, a quarterback guru, getting 16.5 points. I'll go with the Sharps there, 16.5 Mississippi State. We'll start with you, Matt.
I lean Mississippi State as well. My play here is over 56.5. Like you said, Mike Leach is now running the show at Mississippi State. Mississippi State last year was a 52% run-dominant offense. That's going to drop significantly with Mike Leach bringing the West Coast aired out. I love KJ Costello. I watched him shred Notre Dame defenses while he was at Stanford. Saw him quite a bit. I think he's a huge upgrade at quarterback there, possibly one of the biggest upgrades at a position for any college team this year, whether it be a transfer or a freshman. I think this is a shootout. I lean Mississippi State as well, but then, my play is the over here.
Yeah, we're going to go to Ty here in just a quick second. I want to get a comment in. Again, you said it. It's going to be an air raid. Mike Leach does not run the football. That's why Joe Moorhead, the former Mississippi State coach, got fired. I think that I'm right there with you. I think this could be in the 30s and the 40s, so that over is a nice play. Ty, how do you see this one?
I actually am opposite of you guys. I think LSU will – yeah, exactly. I think LSU will be able to come out have a little confidence on their backs after winning the national championship last year. Orgeron is a coach. And all I can say is go Tigers.
Yeah, I really could see that going either way because, if LSU does show up and really wants to kind of assert themselves as the defending champs, Joe Burrow, we've got the team still, 17 is an easy number to cover, 3 touchdowns. So it's going to be interesting. It's a first SEC test. And again, it's not hard. That's also a pretty profitable play, kind of fading first-year head coaches in their first game in Mike Leach. But Mike Leach, a guy with experience. So it's going to be interesting. Before we get to the game of the week, right, it's going to be Miami. I think for the third straight, they possibly could have 3 straight weeks of being College game day because I think they go to Death Valley next week. So their game day, it's the rivalry that's not exactly a rivalry anymore. FSU, Miami. So we'll preview that coming up. But first, this is probably the best ranked matchup, I guess, right? It's number 8 Auburn against number 23 Kentucky. Both teams facing their first games. You can say what you will about preseason rankings because, what is going to no one really knows that much, right? How are we going to tell what these SEC schools are going to do? Auburn's a team that usually does not perform. They're always around that 7 or 8, 9 win, 10 wins. Occasionally you get Cam Newton, you win a title, right? I'm going to go with Auburn minus 7.5 against Kentucky. I think this is a short line. I think this is just – the tickets are basically split, and there is sharp – I don't know if there's specifically sharp action, but the line has moved towards Kentucky. I think this is basically a toss-up in terms of betting, and I'm going to roll with the points in Auburn. Bo Nix, a guy that is coming back, had a sensational freshman year. And he started the season well last year, right? So I'm going to roll with a hot start for Bo Nix in Auburn. Short line, if they can win by 10, that's a cover. So I'll go Auburn and the points here, minus 7.5. Matt.
I see this differently. I love Kentucky this year and tomorrow. This is a program that's on the rise. first 6 years from 2010 to 2015, they had a losing season, but since then they've won 4 consecutive winning seasons. They get Terry Wilson back at quarterback after he went down early week 2 last year. He's 12-3 as a starter. They have one of the best O-lines in the country. Bo Nix is all the hype at Auburn. I actually expect him to take a step back this year, a little sophomore slump, if you will. Mm-hmm. I have Kentucky plus 7.5. Give me the money line too, plus 225, little double dip. Kentucky by a field goal.
I like that. That's going to be a fun game to watch. Ty.
This week, it's safe to say I got the eye of the tiger. I'm going with Auburn. I am with you, Dylan. I think the points, with it being in single digits, I could see Auburn winning by 10, 13, 14, anywhere in there. I think Bo Nix will come out, and especially with the game at home, I'm not sure if they are having fans at this one or not. However, I think Auburn gets it done.
That's what I'm also excited to watch, is what teams are going to have fans and who don't. I liked watching Jacksonville last night. I've liked seeing fans in NFL stadiums, even though they lost. So that's going to be a fun game. And to Cruisen's point, if this is one of these defensive SEC battles, I could totally see Kentucky, if not winning outright, but at least keeping that within 7.5. That hook could be special there. So before we get you out of here on a Friday, enjoy the weekend. Huge college football slate. We're going to be enjoying it greatly, and it is the game of the week. Miami opened as -9. Miami, I've been questioning them. Manny Diaz, not a good coach. This line is elevated to -11.5. Sharps appear to be on Miami. Looks like they have a quarterback. I think De'Ara King is really doing some things for this offense that's helped Miami cover 2 games now. They're 2-0 against the number. And so I am going to roll the points. Florida State's a garbage program. You got the new head coach, right? He's not even going to be there. He's in COVID quarantine. How are you going to – this team is in shambles. I don't know how they're going to expect to play. You come off a loss to Georgia Tech in your opener at home in front of your fans, who I can't believe you're still even getting people there. And then you lose your coach to COVID-19. Hey, I thought we were supposed to have the kids away from the party. What about you, coach? I think Miami rolls them and embarrasses them.
Yes, I agree. I'll keep this short. FSU stinks. Miami, they crushed me last week. I faded them last week.
Yeah,
I think they're legit. De'Ara King is good. He's and he's not just a runner. He can pass. He's a very good quarterback. FSU's terrible. Canes roll. I have here Miami at -11.
They got some strong tight end play too. It's just a tight end NFL product machine down in Miami, which is helping De'Ara King. Where are you at, Ty?
On this, I'm actually not going to pick a team here. I'm going to go over under. I'm going to take the under 54 here. Like you guys said, FSU just stinks, and they can't score offensively. Defensively, though, they are respectable on defense, and I think that they hold Miami to not absolutely annihilating them. But I don't see Florida State scoring enough. I could see it easily being 35-10 and it stays under the 54.
Yeah, I really think that Florida State, that game against Georgia Tech, it was like 16-13 when they lost. So I don't know how they're going to put up points. Yeah, they've got that quarterback whose name is escaping me at the moment, but he's one of those names that
James
you hear it.
Blackman,
right?
Blackman.
Yeah, you hear him every year, and then he just underperforms. Always the FSU quarterback, and then it never really happens. So that'll wrap up a short and sweet here Friday pod. Hope you enjoyed the picks. Make sure to check those out. Some good insight here. Tyler Dalsin, Matt Cruz, and I'm Dylan Corbett. This is Corbett's Corner. We're off tomorrow. Enjoy the football. We'll be back before kickoff on Sunday and get you some NFL picks as well. Dolphins, who took them with me last night? Come on, the Dolphins. That was an easy win. No,
I got crushed last night. Real quick, what do you guys have in the NBA game tonight? Does Miami close it out?
I'm looking at it. I haven't dived into the numbers yet. I am initially leaning Boston to make it a 3-2 series. That's just my lean because I don't think Boston's going to go that quietly. Ty?
Yeah, I honestly haven't looked at the numbers either. However, Boston with getting Hayward back last game, I think Hayward bounces back a little bit more, gets obviously more minutes tonight. I could see Boston.
It's been interesting, that number. It's been tough because the number in both the Western Conference, which was a push last night, by the way, right? The Lakers were -6, so I pushed on that. And it's been basically 6 the number in the Western Conference, and 3 has been the number with very little change in the Eastern Conference. So it's been interesting. Yeah, NBA tonight, I'll be watching that as well. Take care, enjoy, hit subscribe. We're almost to that goal of 40, so appreciate it. I'm going to have a soundboard next week, and I'm going to have a website design next week. Appreciate it. Take care, folks.